Hello, hello. I am glad to be back with you. So today I'm going to bring us through a process from internal family systems, and this process is to help us navigate through self-sabotage. Now, if you're watching this channel, if you're watching this video, you are very likely on some kind of healing journey. You have been working hard on not only identifying what your patterns are, but then also implementing the steps that you need in order to overcome them, in order to gain some mastery over them. So we're going to work through self-sabotage today. And self-sabotage is something that comes up so frequently. We can find ourselves deep in the thick of our healing journey, very cognitively knowing what we want to do in order to move forward. We might even have a great game plan and a wonderful support system, and yet sometimes we'll find ourselves backsliding into that old pattern that we're trying to rise above. We might find ourselves in relapse, or we might find ourselves defaulting to deeper worn grooves for our coping mechanisms. And just know that if or when this is you, it's okay. It just means that we have another opportunity to learn a little bit more about ourselves. So we're going to go through a short 6 or 7 minute process together, and we're going to work with the protective parts of our ego that we've built up around our hearts, okay? So what I mean by that is within our ego structure, we often have different voices and different push-pull dynamics at play. You might have the voices of your parents, one for each. You might have voices of other people who helped raise you. And these voices all have different types of authority. They have different personalities. They have different perspectives. So as we start, we are going to be appealing to the head protector, the one that oversees all of what goes on for us. So with that in mind, I'll invite you to come down, get seated. I'm on the floor, of course, like I always am. But as soon as you're comfortable, you can start to close the eyes down, or if that doesn't work for you, just take your gaze down toward the ground, and we'll start just with a body scan. So as we get tuned in, all we're really doing right now is looking around for sensations in the body, looking around to see where the body is articulating with the surface underneath it. Take notice to see if you can feel different sensations in your body, perhaps where you're touching the floor, perhaps your hands on your lap. And then if you're presently working through a trigger, or even if you're not, start to take that awareness inward. And we'll start by just looking around for any kind of sensation that you might feel. And so when we talk about sensation, we're looking around for things like tightness, tension, something that does not feel its best, that's also grabbing your attention enough to focus right there. And so as you arrive at that place in your body, we'll start to get curious about it. Take a moment just to visualize what it might look like. Take a moment to really get curious about the sensations you feel there. And then when you're ready, we'll ask to speak to that head protector, asking it to step forward for a conversation. And as we clear a pathway of communication, begin to ask it why it is there. What is this protector protecting you from? as information arises. What is it protecting you from? And as you receive that answer, ask it, how old does it think you are? What age does this protector believe that you are? Letting that number rise in your mind. And if it didn't have to protect you, what might it be doing instead? If it can be doing anything other than protecting you, what might it choose to do? How might it repurpose its energy? And if there was a way to go back to the start and heal the original pain, would it allow you to do that? Gently explaining that that is exactly what we're here to do. We are in fact able to go back to the original pain and heal it. And finally, what does it need you to do so that it can relax? What does it need you to do so that it can relax? And as we start to shift this brief process toward completion, you're welcome to give that head protector your gratitude, your acknowledgement, maybe even a bit of farewell. Asking that, now that you're an adult, it steps aside and allows that healing to continue. So, with that, we'll start to bring awareness back into our bodies. Breathing a little deeper. And take a few moments just to journal on what you remember. If you want to go back and play the audio again as you recall your answers, go ahead and do that. And let me know how it goes. I love you so much, and I will see you next time.